Today I am starting Language of Chemistry chapter, okay, as your first chapter. Now what is language of chemistry? To write something you have to know some language, okay, or to write something in a particular language you have to know basics of that language. So if you want to write something in English, then what you have to know first? Letters. With the help of letter alphabets, you make words and then sentences and then paragraphs. So you can express your views. Similarly, in chemistry, chemistry also has a language. What is the chemistry mostly about? Chemical reaction. Yes, to write the chemical reaction or tell something about the chemical reaction, we can write them in the form of equation. Okay, so to write an equation you have to know formulae of the compound. To make the formulae you have to know the radicals or ions, and ultimately you have to know the basic thing, which is symbol. So this is what all about language of chemistry. So the first thing which you all are supposed to know is symbol of an element. Every element is given a different symbol. Okay, you know maximum you have done in 7th standard also. So what is a symbol? It is representation of an atom of an element, or you can say short form also. Okay, so representation of an atom of an element is symbol of that element. Okay, so if I am writing H over here, immediately you come to know what is this H? This is hydrogen, you will say. So what is this? Symbol of hydrogen. Symbol of hydrogen. Okay, so instead of writing this full word hydrogen, we can write H, and this H represents one atom of hydrogen. Okay, if I write O, immediately you will tell this is oxygen, one atom of oxygen. And like this you can name a number of elements by looking at their symbols. Okay, so earlier when elements were known and symbols were not given in this way, there were some pictures were given to them. So pictorial representation was there, but it was not applicable for all the elements and not very clear also. So discarded, and later Berzelius suggested this new system of giving symbols to elements. Okay, so to derive symbols from names of the elements, for different elements to derive their symbols, there are certain ways of deriving symbols. So the first way or method or rule you can say is first letter of their English name written in capital. Okay, so the first letter of the English name was taken and it was written in capital, like H for hydrogen. Okay, so H is hydrogen. Once again I am giving this example. C, carbon. Okay, O, oxygen. N, nitrogen, and so on. B, boron. Okay, F, fluorine. There are number of elements which get their symbol from the first letter of their English name, and this is written in capital. This is one way, first way of deriving the symbol. Second is, let us suppose one letter is given to one element, like carbon starts with C, hydrogen starts with H. Then there are some other elements which also their name also start with H. Their names, English names are also like helium. Now helium also starts with H. Calcium also starts with C. Now this H is already given to hydrogen, C is given to carbon. There are other elements also which start with C, like chlorine, chromium, cobalt. There are number of elements. So then what to do? So that is the second rule or second way of deriving symbol. If the first letter is already given to some element as its symbol, then the first letter of the English name and any other letter from their name. So the first letter is written in capital and the next one is written in small. For example, for calcium, C, A. So the first letter and the second one is taken. The first one is written in capital and second one is written in small. Okay. Similarly, chlorine, when you write chlorine, yes, H is the second letter but L sounds more, so Cl is given. Now here hydrogen has got H, so helium, you see helium is getting He. Nitrogen has got N, so neon is getting Ne. So this is how one letter, first letter and one more letter. First one is written in capital, second one is written in small. So this is second way of deriving symbols of elements. In this way you have chromium Cr, cobalt Co. Okay, there are magnesium, manganese. Elements are there in this way also. The third one is from their Greek name or Latin names. Some elements, their Latin names or Greek names, symbols are given. For example, sodium. Okay, if I write sodium, what comes in your mind? Na. What is the symbol of sodium? Na. Potassium, K. Okay, copper, Cu. Okay, there are other examples also. Let us see what is happening here. Now sodium Na, this Na has nothing to do with this word sodium. So this Na is taken from its Latin name, which is natrium. So the Latin name to the symbol Na is taken. Now for potassium, the Latin name is kalium. So the K is taken from for potassium. Copper is cuprum. So this Cu is taken as symbol. So these all are, there are other examples. Ferrum for iron, Fe. Gold, aurum. Silver, argentum. Mercury, hydrargyrum. Lead, plumbum. Tin, stannum, and so on. All this kind of symbols deriving from their first letter of English name, first and any other letter of English name and Latin name, tables are given in your book. You all have to learn that. That is all about symbols of elements.